So when you were born in 1920, that was the beginning of the boom time, and then the crash, the Great Depression, happened from 1929. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, so that was probably only in America, because 1920 to 1929 were the boom years, so everyone had so much. But you lived in Alliance Way, right? Okay, and was that was, how many bedrooms was that? Was that 2 or 3?
3, wasn't it?
That was 3, and then Nanny Hancock's had the front room, she had the back kitchen, which was a big kitchen.
Yeah.
You remember that? And then the garden was big there.
Yeah.
And that was a council house.
Yeah.
You see, they don't build those today.
Oh.
They really don't build them like that today. You know, but was that a comfortable house?
Oh, yes. Mm.
So why did you go from a comfortable house
Well, we got married.
to George Street? What?
To George Street, you see. Got married and got house on our own.
Oh, right.
See, and it was just 1 bedroom
Yeah.
and 1 down.
But
And there was just a small back kitchen.
yeah, but in Alliance Way, did you have running water inside?
Oh, yes.
So you gave up running water inside.
Oh, no, I lived there till I was married, you see.
Oh, and then you went and you got what you could.
George
That
Street.
must have been a bit of a shock, though.
Oh, yeah. It was hard work, especially when I got your mum,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, with the water and that.
Yeah.
A tiny backyard like this is out here,
yeah.
between 2 of us. And
Yeah.
go out for water with the tap
Yeah.
outside. It was hard work when I first got married.
And what was Nanny Hancock's husband called? What was his name?
Harry,
Harry. And what did Harry do?
he was a grinder.
Oh, he was
The
a-
Humber.
Oh, he was a grinder. And he went on his bike every day.
Yeah, Humber.
Yeah, yeah. Grinder at the Humber, you see, so he'd have done well. Because that was a beginning of the boom years for Coventry. And then, can you remember what Nanny Hancock's mother's name was?
What her surname was?
Your grandma.
Alan.
Oh, that's where the mayor comes in. Edith Joan Allen. Yes. Oh, very interesting.
She used to live, my grandma
Yeah.
used to live down Smithford Street.
Okay, your grandma used to live down, and she gave birth to who became eventually the Lord Mayor of Coventry, and that was Auntie M.
Auntie M, yeah, and
Yeah,
Uncle
Edith Allen and Uncle Fred. And you spent many a party with those folk at the council house, right? That was good. So that was that side of the family. And then, of course, you didn't know Pop's side of the family. So it was just, let me see, and then there was Brian, your brother.
Fred. I was 16 and a half when they were born.
Were you? So he was a kid.
And then in between,
He was a kid, yeah.
he was what?
He was a baby,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My brother was about 4 years older than me, I think, had George.
Right, right.
Yeah. When I used to push him out in the pram, when I was 16 and a half, used to think I was the mother. They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
See?
Wow.
Yeah, 16 and a half. Then in between, no children in between.
Well, he was planned though, was he?
I don't know, you better ought
Bet-
to ask them.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness me. So 16 years, and then there was Uncle George and Auntie Edna, and they never had oh, hold on, did they have children?
Edna,
Yeah,
yeah, she had Gladys and
yeah.
Gladys and Ron, Margaret.
Gladys, Ron and Margaret. I don't remember.
They didn't live here, you see. They lived around Rugby there somewhere.
And then there was Simon Over, who went to Oxford
Oh,
University.
that was Evelyn.
Evelyn's nephew, right?
That was my brother's wife.
Right. And he's a very famous musician now, isn't he?
Is he?
Simon Over, yeah, he does a lot of concerts now. Yeah, he was at Oxford, and yeah, he did extremely well. And then Brian died, didn't he? When? 1990 something. I can't remember anyway. Is Beryl still alive?
I never see him if she is.
Right. So this is a video camera. So that's Pop when he was in the army. And is that before the war or during the war?
Probably during the war.
During the war. And there he is down there. And that, I think that photo down there was taken at Blackpool when we all went to Blackpool.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
can't see
going
it, no
along,
problem.
that was me when I was, oh goodness me, about 20 I think. That was me when I was 15. And then that, Alice and Thomas. And then going along further, we've got Nanny and Auntie Eileen.
I can't see them, you know.
No, but I'm going to show you the film.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, I'll get them down and show you. And there's Nan.
You can get them down.
Okay. And there's Nan.
My eyesight ain't so good.
Oh, that's okay. That's alright. So we're going to do a little bit of... so we'll get you on film. Like we did last time, you know, and put it on film and show you.
Fall down.
Yeah. No, so I was thinking, I wanted to know, do you remember the day war broke out?
I can't remember where it was.
1939. September 1939. Can't remember where you were.
I was 18.
You weren't in this house, you were at the other house.
George Street.
George Street. Did you hear it on the radio or did you see it in the newspaper?
Can't remember.
But then, am I right in saying, Nan, that actually not very much happened for a few months, right?
No.
So there was no bombing for a few months. So what would have been your first experience of...
I just trying to think. I was in George Street then, wasn't I? Got married and went to live in George Street.
That's right.
And Auntie Wren was just round the corner.
Right, because she used to have the sweet shop down the road. Yeah.
Drakeford's, yeah.
So it was a very... it was a funny time because war was on, but you wouldn't know that a war was on, right?
No,
So did you see troops in the centre of Coventry or anything?
not very, no.
Not very
I
much?
remember.
Huh. So it really wasn't until about 1941, no, 1940, that there were any enemy raids at all, right?
I forget. And a long while ago, you see, isn't it?
Oh, but the best story was
70 years ago.
70 years ago. And then the best story I think you ever told was that you were standing on the top of the hill, I think it was Anstey, watching Coventry burn.
I used to work at Anstey Aerodrome. Used to have to start out at 6:30 of the morning, push bike,
On your bike?
yeah,
How many miles was that?
about 4 or 5.
4 or 5 miles?
It wasn't, the airfield where I worked wasn't on the main road. You've got to go down lanes and,
Right.
you know, because it was airfield, airport.
So you used to do... Well, how long was the shift?
How long was what?
The shift.
Ship. You used to have to be there for 7:30.
Yeah.
Used to finish about 5, I think.
And then bike home again? Rain or snow?
Yeah,
Summer or winter?
yeah. Country lanes, it was terrible, narrow country lanes. No blackout, you know, had to have the cars all blacked out.
So that the...
Hardly any light on them.
They used to have those shields, didn't they, that pointed down? You know?
Yeah.
And then... where were you in the Blitz then? I mean, what happened that night?
Can't remember.
I mean, the sirens must have gone off about, what, 5?
Oh, we had an air raid shelter in the Lawrence Way. My dad built air raid shelter.
There we are. I think years ago you didn't hear of married couples or unmarried couples that had children.
Children, no.
Because, I mean, children out of wedlock would have been stigmatised, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, you know, our family, both Grandad and Pop were born out of wedlock, so we don't know who Pop's parents are, really, you know.
No.
But Pop couldn't help it.
No.
Today
it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault. Today it's just completely normal, you know. So it's just it's a very, very interesting thing. But you know, there's so many families now that don't have the
It's very complicated because his mother brought him up.
Yes.
And he was christened in his dad's name. See what I mean?
Yeah.
He lived with his mother, and
Yeah.
that was a different name to his dad, and they christened him in his dad's name.
How old was his mum?
Oh, I don't know.
What about the rationing? Was that hard to cope with?
You had to manage, go without things and that.
Did you grow your own, Nan?
No, because I don't think we haven't got a garden in George Street. It's only a little house.
Yeah.
One up and one down. No water in the house. And I'd got your mama baby. You know, it was hard work.
Yeah.
A little backyard about as big as this between me and the lady next door.
And then so there were no fruit and veg shops. I mean, could you buy vegetables? Could you buy fruit? Could you buy?
I think it used to be rationed though.
Yeah, yeah. And meat was rationed terribly, wasn't
yeah.
it? And cheese. Yeah.
Do you know where Auntie Wren used to work?
Yes.
In the paper shop.
Yes.
On
Yeah.
that corner.
Yeah.
We if you go from town to that corner, we went up a little bit, not much, up Steady Saturn Road. Then we went on the first on the left, and we were the first house on that corner of the street that you come to.
And she was, because she started working for Mr. Drakeford, was it?
Yeah, you've got a good memory.
Yeah, Mr. Drakeford was a sweet shop owner.
Yeah.
And then I think they moved in together, but it was just purely companionship.
Yeah.
And I think eventually they ended up in Kenilworth, which is a beautiful little town outside.
They did, yeah.
And they ended up in Beehive Hill in Kenilworth, which was a marvellous little house with a beautiful garden. But they were only ever companions. They never had any children or anything, did they?
No.
And that was after the war, was it?
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah. And then I think the story of what is here now, your house, and this. Nan, tell us the first day you came into this house. What did you think?
Couldn't believe it.
And with all the size of the kitchen, the garden, the water.
Yeah, water in the house, turn the tap on.
And that was a luxury, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and then you used to have the boiler on the wall, and you used to, what was that called? The furnace, not the furnace. You used to turn the hot water on the wall, and you used to heat the water up very, very quickly. But my God, it was scalding hot, that was.
Do you remember it?
And then you had a shower put in upstairs.
Yeah.
Which was unheard of. You know, I think my first shower was in about 1977 when my dad put in a shower in our house, because I'd never had a shower before that. We always had a bath, and we used to share the bath water, which, and they're
we had two in them
well, they used to say, don't throw the baby out with the bath water, didn't they? Because the bath water, by the time I got in, it was grey. I mean, it was that scummy. It was grey.
People don't think how you had to live years
Well, it was different times, and I used to come up to your house, and after we'd done the washing, which involved putting the washing in a tub, and by the way, I still have that tub in America. That's an American style tub, where you put it in the top of the washer and not in front, and then you used to dry the clothes through a mangle before hanging them out. So not only did you not have a dryer, you had to hang them out on the line as well. But one thing that you had, your generation had, that mine doesn't, is you were fit. And my generation, because we don't have to do anything, are so out of shape, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you were fit, because you were doing so much every day.
Oh, we had two. I mean, once you got 2 children having to keep going out for water and
Yeah.
washing and a copper and...
Yeah, yeah. I mean, keep going out with buckets, right? Metal buckets. Because plastic wasn't invented then, was it?
Not as I can remember.
No. Amazing. And then did you have a radio to listen about? Did you have a radio?
Yeah.
You listened to Churchill?
Probably, I forget. Is there something in it? Oh, no. Down, no water in the house. And I got Janet and Chris a baby. It was hard work. No garden.
Toilet?
Toilet of the backyard it was, and we had to share it.
You had to share it with another family?
The next door, yeah.
So you had to time when you needed to go? Yeah. Tough, right?
It was tough.
Kids today don't know how they're born, do they?
No.
You know, they don't appreciate...
No, I mean, fancy bringing a baby up with no water in the house and
Yeah,
washing nappies and
yeah,
doing and that.
yeah.
I had ever such a tiny back kitchen, half as big as mine in there. And I had to have a copper in it to do the nappies and that.
So the copper would boil the nappies, and there'd be and then you used to hang them out in the yard, right, in the garden, in the backyard. Were there any services back then, like who collected the rubbish? Like, was there a bin?
Oh, dustbin.
Dustbin men came round. Yeah,
As
yeah.
far as I can remember.
But
One of the services as there are today.
right. But I mean, when the city was bombed to smithereens, a lot of the roads would have been closed, right? So a lot of the services couldn't function.
No, I didn't think I went to Cassie's for a while because they were bombed. Some of the machines.
And Cash's, they're the people that make the name tapes, aren't they? And
Yeah,
they're
that's
weavers.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a warper.
A warper. And
You
then
know what that is?
no, I have no idea.
You know, say a reel of cotton,
Yeah,
but they were bigger about like that, and they were all on a frame. You used to stick out like that, and you'd put the reel of cotton, say, on it.
oh, like a
And then-
bobbin.
Bobbin.
Yeah.
And then you had to gather all the threads from them and bring them over a roller,
Yeah,
a bit further,
Yeah.
and then onto a coil or something, you know, and it used to like...
so it was quite intricate, complicated work.
And
With
if
the-
you used to break a thread, you got to go back and tie
Yeah.
a knot and that, a special knot.
Were the people nice to work for?
Oh yeah,
They were. What did you used to do? Take a sandwich?
and
Take a sandwich for your lunch?
I thought he said you used to take a family. That was at Cassie's, was it?
You used to take a bit of bread and dripping?
Something, I think, yeah.
Yeah, bread and dripping. With the old was it government bread? The hard stuff.
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, it was hard in
But I
them
mean, when you
times.
think about it, going back, you used to work all day, and then you used to come back to a house that had no water, no central heating, and you were bringing up 2 children. People today wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
They wouldn't be able to do that. They'd have nervous
No
breakdowns.
garden.
Right.
We've got a backyard about like mine out here.
Yeah.
That was between 2 of us.
Yeah.
That was put your washing out and everything.
But
no garden.
But today there's a washing machine. You can in America now, you even have robots that are being developed to mow the grass.
Gosh.
I mean, it's just amazing.